Well, hello guys, welcome back. We are so excited. Do you know why? We had a little PayPal miracle happen, didn't we? Want to tell them about it? Okay, we're going to tell you about it. Um, I was kind of for the longest time fighting my totems, and I think you know what my totems are. And because it just seemed too perfect. I actually have two totems that like me and are very sassy. Like I literally got hit in the butt last night. Like boom, like from underneath and behind, and I heard this almighty screech when I left this red fox downstairs. And I was like, okay, my little girl's being sassy. I have a for totems or spirit guides or friends or whatever you want to call them. They're like my little family of red fox. So she is in love with this. And I have a male. He calls himself either silver fox or gray fox, but he's very beautiful. And we had seen. Remember, I told you we'd seen her brother, and I kept referring to this fox as her brother. It was, same style fox she is. Probably not with that little smirky smirk, but he was silver, and they were made for a place called Gallery Z, and I went there to look and to shop around. I'm like, holy crap, even the pillows are a couple $100. Apparently maybe these foxies have been cheaper, but the fact of the matter is they no longer have these foxies. So they're reselling for like 100 plus. And I'd seen her brother for like 100. And I've been looking at him, I'm like, that's too much money, da da da. But, I paid for her too, because I don't think they make these either. And I thought of how much of a companion she's been. It's not like the totem moved inside her or anything, but the totem's absolutely delighted because she is a good hugger. It gives you that physical contact that, like, a totem or, a god or whatever usually can't. Loki's back here like, hey! And yes, Loki, best hugs ever. Yeah, okay. He does. He gives best hugs ever, especially from behind. He will sneak up behind you and hug you. Anyhow, where were we? Okay, her brother. And then there was a auction for one that was 75. Only the one leg was torn, and I'm like, I don't know how many beans he pooped everywhere because she has beans in her bottom, and I don't sew. I really don't. If something falls apart, I will just throw it out because my sewing skills. It looks like we took a helper monkey and put it on meth and crack and all this other stuff at the same time, and let it have a sewing kit is what it looks like, and it doesn't hold together usually. My sewing skills don't exist. So we kept going back and looking at her brother, and I looked at my bank account today, and I'm like, I cannot get this really strong compulsion out of my head. And I thought, okay, because I've been holding her and been meditating with her and, like laying down because it's a cold, rainy day. And sometimes I love cold, rainy days, but today it was cranky as hell. I like knocked stuff over and I was really pissed off because I knocked something over and then I had to clean it and I had to clean my kitchen and because I was doing the VR and I like knocked a glass of iced tea over. I was so pissed off. And that was my fault, of course, because I know to move any drinks out of the way if I'm going to be doing something physically active. But, that's what stupidity's for. And so we went and we were checking out with her brother because I've been watching Fox Totem videos. And I look at my thing and my PayPal, what all you guys give into and what my articles go into and what my YouTube feeds into. I had $75 in my account. I'm like, where did this $75 come from? Where? I thought my account was empty. So somehow my account accrued. So I want to thank you guys so much because we got her brother for like $38. So yeah, so we had all this money in our PayPal account and didn't know it. I thought it was empty. So we ended up getting her brother, and by the way, I'm calling him her brother. I fell in love with this fox. Now I know exactly what he'll look like. They say he'll ship in 3 days, which means today's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, so probably ship Saturday. I won't be surprised or mind. I will be grumpy, but I won't be surprised or mind if he doesn't ship until Tuesday. But I had to get him because I have the one red fox, a sassy little girl, is, you know, a totem, and I have the gray or silver fox that he can't decide which he is. He will say either, or sometimes he says African kid fox. He's very sassy. But I have a male and female, and the female's most certainly a red fox, and the male's most certainly a silver or gray fox. And so I will have matching foxies. And I had even like meditated for like the last couple of days, and I was like trying to get them out of my head. And of course, I'd seen other foxes I liked. I'd seen other stuff, but that was the one I kept going back to and kept obsessing over. And I was like, I'd rather just pay what he costs and get one in excellent condition than to get like a broken down one, or get one and find out like the dog chewed on it and there's a hole in it or something like that. So my little warm girl, she's so warm. It's like so icy cold from the rain today. She's so nice and warm. I will have her brother. And, you know, that's the thing. When you work with your totems, at least with foxes, if you're like, I'm not going to pay attention to you because I can't have fox for a totem because it's too on the nose or something, they'll be sassy and they'll walk away, but what they're really doing is walking in a circle. Because I was watching on the one video, they talked about a hunting technique that foxes use that I forgot about. It's called charming. And what the little fox will do is the little fox will start playing and jumping around it and doing a beautiful dance, this beautiful hypnotic dance and play and wonder and play and dance. And the fox is having the time of the fox's life, and the prey animal start coming closer because what is the fox doing? And prey animal comes closer and closer. The fox couldn't care less about that prey animal. Fox is dancing and singing and playing with something only fox sees. Soon as that prey gets close enough, fox turns around and naps them, because that's actually a hunting technique, because foxes are smart that way. And the totems are smart that way too. Whether you believe that they're a spiritual energy, or you believe that they're a fox spirit, or you believe that they're a spirit that takes on fox form, it's all the same thing. They have that adaptive, wily energy of, okay, I'm going over here. I'm playing. I don't have to be your totem. I'm over here. I'm playing. Look at me. I'm playing. La la la. I'm gonna play with the stove. Turn it all on. La la la. It's like, get off the stove. And I usually don't talk about them because I will occasionally say, I swear I hear fox claws on linoleum. And I will like hear digging on my carpet at 2 in the morning, and I will hear, eh! If I'm doing something and they, you know, they don't like it. It's not like a daily occurrence. Sometimes they're more active than others. But if they think I'm not paying attention, or they think I'm going in the wrong direction, they will come in. Like literally the female like gave me a headbutt in the butt last night. I was, you know, squatted down on the cabinet getting something, and I fell boom. And I'm like, what was that for? And she wanted me to take the red fox up last night for a massive cuddle session, because she is so soft. So soft. And she got that little smirk, like somebody pointed out, so she's a little mischief maker. And you can kind of reconnect sometimes with your totems like that. Some people like to have statues, pictures, art. And I've just been watching a lot of fascinating stuff about, you know, working with your totem, because I kind of pushed fox to the side because I was like, that's too spot on being a Lokean. And I'd always loved foxes, but at the same time I'm like, meh, I think I'm more of a cat person. But, you know, fox was like, no, I'm your totem. Cat can't be bothered. Cat will come around sometimes, but cat usually can't be bothered. Like, you'll find a lot of animal spirits will help you throughout your life. Fox is definitely endlessly adaptable. So if I tell you fox is high energy, spirited, and intelligent, You will get the laziest, dumbest fox spirit on the planet, like, "Ah, I'm here to help you." And they'll do that because they're a trickster. They're very tricksy. What foxes will do, actual foxes, is if you're out in the woods or you're even out in your yard, you could be like a half foot from a fox and you would never see it because they will go completely still and they can watch you. And they will watch you and let you usually go by. Sometimes they'll get sassy, like sometimes a local vixen, she'll get sassy and she'll screech. And she'll screech if I'm walking by, but it's almost more like a greeting because, you know, she knows she can trust me that I'm not going to hurt those pups. So normally a vixen isn't going to give you that sassy little screech right near the pups because, you know, she would not attract attention to the den by any means. And the fox totem can be the same way. They can be like within a couple inches of you and you will never know. And they'll be watching you and they'll be watching you do it the wrong way and they'll be like, and they'll come in and they'll try to teach, at least my two, they try to teach by play and they try to teach by encouraging you and kind of like steadying you. And if that doesn't work, they'll find other ways to teach you, whatever it takes, kind of like Loki. And I have a storable fox looking at me. Whatever it takes, they will teach you. So for everyone, they'll adapt their teaching system. If you don't like cunning and trickery, you'll get the sweetest fox in the world that would never trick you. If you don't like sweet, you'll get a grumpy fox. Whatever it takes, fox is very adaptive. And fox can also teach you about working with totems that you really don't like or even give you the heebie-jeebies, or you think they're worthless because, you know, a lot of people, when they hear about totems, and it's a universal concept, by the way, it's not just First Nations. Every culture has usually had some sense of a totem or spirit that you work with that, you know, is essentially who you are in a way, but it's also the spirit, the unique spirit that works with you. I lost my train of thought. Where was I? Fox, totem, universal spirit. Where was it going with this? Just like, I don't know. Foxes, I lost my train of thought, but fox is, okay, then I guess I'll wrap it up. I was going somewhere with that. I will remember after I stop. But fox is a good teacher, and what was making me laugh is that, you know, oh yeah, fox will bring in the totems you don't necessarily want to work with. Because when we first get into totems or spirits or however you feel comfortable saying it, everybody pretty much knows the spirit they'd like to work with because of preconceived notions. And sometimes they live up to those notions. And sometimes in your experience, every single video you've ever seen is wrong. Like they say that fox people are graceful. I can trip without moving out of this chair. I am far from graceful. I'm like a cub that just learned to walk. And I'm tripping over everything. And if you watch foxes, they're pretty good at falling over stuff. They are. People like, it's like people that say cats are graceful and beautiful. I'm like, yeah, they're real graceful when they're falling off stuff. Cats have a remarkable ability to fall off of stuff. So do foxes. Every animal that has graceful moments also has those klutzy, stupid moments where they like trip over their own feet. And then they do the same thing we humans do. They look back like, what did I trip over? There was something there. Yeah, there was something there. I'm graceful. So yeah, they definitely will push you in, like, you know, if you're using an excuse, for example, to not work with a totem or not work with them, they'll be like, foxes trip over stuff all the time. I saw a news thing, I don't know if it was from Germany or Russia or where it was from, but a fox had been walking across a pond, because they're pretty infamous for being able to walk across, you know, frozen ponds. Fell straight in, froze to death. And it still looked like it was walking, so it must have like froze instantly. It just went bloop, straight down, froze to death. So yeah, we can get ourselves into situations we can't get out of if you watch like a lot of rescue, like I like watching the wildlife aid. They're always rescuing foxes for a creature that can get itself into stuff and can't get itself out of stuff. They're always getting stuck on roofs, falling down stairwells, um, getting jammed up behind the copy machine, finding a crawl space behind a soda machine, getting stuck in somebody's bedroom and having a poo. Yeah, so if that was one of the lessons that they brought to me recently, just because you're a fox person, as people are calling it now, or you have a fox totem or whatever, it doesn't mean that you won't goof up and screw up and get yourself into something you can't always get yourself out of. It happens. Like, you will see foxes getting rescued because they got their bushy tail caught in a fence, or they got caught in a soccer net, or, any other thing. Sometimes we're a little too adventurous. That doesn't mean we shouldn't adventure. It just means that it's okay. It happens. Sometimes we get ourselves stuck into things we can't get out of, and then we have to, the important thing is to remain calm and not panic, and to either call on Loki or call on people who can help, or think our way out of the situation, because Fox is obviously a thinker. They're a problem solver. That's how they manage to get into people's houses and everything else. So, I thought I would talk a little bit about that, but we are so happy that her brother is coming in, and I will be able to go in and like meditate my easy chair, and I will have her on the one shoulder where the female always is, and I'll have the male on the other shoulder. And I get the sense they're both red foxes, that he just takes on that silver coloring so I can take them apart. You tell them apart, but take them apart. Oh my god, don't take a fox apart. But yeah, she heard that. It's good to have them, and there's nothing like a fox, because if they think you're sitting around feeling sorry for yourself, they're like, you're a fox, and they'll come over and bite you in the butt or something. So yeah, they're very highly adaptable, and I've worked with a lot of animal spirits my whole life, and they all have something to teach us, whether they're tiny or whether they're great big animals. And sometimes you feel you get along with a certain spirit really well, and sometimes you don't. And with Fox doesn't care if you get along with them. Fox will stay around being an annoying little git, and Fox will, at least with mine, they will, sometimes you don't know if it's Loki or it's the foxes, because they'll get into stuff and start breaking stuff. They'll be like, okay, you're not paying attention. You know that thing you liked? Yeah, that thing you liked? Gone. Okay, you gonna still not pay attention? You know this thing you like over here? Are you looking at me? Because it's like the same behavior a cat has. Sometimes a cat will wait for you to look at it. And anyone that's ever had a cat knows this. They'll wait for you to look at them. They'll have their paw on something. They'll make sure you're watching, and then they'll destroy it. So, yeah, it's kind of like that energy. It's like, if you're not going to learn the nice way, I'm going to teach you this way. So, I just figured I would talk about them. They're something else. They're, little sacred handfuls. And they're really nice to have around. And they're just, I know I'll probably get a skulk move in nearby, because usually it seems like whatever totems you have, the real animals seem to feel that energy and feel comforted. Explains the red hair, yeah. And it's good to have them around. So we're so happy her brother, we ordered him. He won't ship till after Easter, I don't think, but that's okay. It's okay. We could have had him sooner, but I was wrestling with it. I didn't want to I kept making excuses why not to get him, like, oh, it'll just be the same fox in a different color. And I felt like a great sense of insult. And and yeah, I would not say that to an average fox. I would not say to a red fox and a black fox, well, you're just the same fox in a different color. They probably both bite you. But yeah, it'll be nice to have her brother. And he costs more than retail. What are you gonna do? I wasn't aware of them, and wasn't ready to have them when they were on retail. So you pay what price you can find. So I hope you guys liked this. I hope you liked hearing about the fox totems. I hope some of that made sense, because Fox has this really giggly, giddy energy with me, and sometimes I can't speak about it in a way that makes sense. So, if you guys like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.